You know, it's hard to believe that we are preparing for a 35th Mountain Basketball Classic. Now, that first year, we awarded 9 scholarships. Today, we are recognizing 99 outstanding scholarship recipients. And since 1988, because of your generosity, we have awarded 2,084 academic scholarships and generated nearly $500,000 for local students and schools. Now, we couldn't do this without our valuable partners, scholarship donors, and the Mountain Classic Committee. This group of volunteers oversees the details of the tournament and the scholarship program. Here is our Classic Committee Chairman, Archie Everidge.
Hello, I'm Archie Everidge, Chairman of the WYMT Mountain Classic Committee. First of all, I'm sorry that we're not able to get to meet in person this year and have our award ceremony and dinner as we usually do. However, we hope that things stay on track and that we get back to normal with our tournament as usual in December of this year, 2021. It's certainly been a very chaotic year for all of us. However, with some very good strategic planning from our usual partners, including the Knott County and the Perry County school systems, we were able to pull off another very successful Mountain Classic tournament. Special thanks to Jonathan Jett and the Perry County Central School System for their great work in hosting the tournament, as well as Scott Lockhart with the Kentucky River District Health Department. Thanks to these folks for very effective planning and helping also make this a safe tournament as well. And I want to say thank you to some other very important people and parts of our program that make it happen from year to year. Obviously, thanks to Neil Middleton and WYMT for all that you do to give back to the communities that you serve and to make the commitment that you make for our tournament. Thanks, WYMT, for your commitment and hard work. This would obviously not be possible, and we would not have completed 34 tournaments and scholarship presentations as of this year. Also, thank you to the Mountain Classic Committee for your continued support and commitment as well. Our members of the Classic Committee are myself in the 14th Region, Kat Sizemore, and Harlan Davidson. In the 15th Region is Roger Fannin, Jerry Blanton, and Glenn Proffitt. In the 13th Region, Gene Davis, Ancy Casey, Virgil Osborne, and Josh McKinney. As the spokes that make the wheel turn, again, we thank you for helping with your leadership and guidance through all these years. And we certainly want to say thank you to our sponsors of the scholarship portion of our program, which would obviously not be possible if it were not for the generous sponsors that contribute each of these scholarships that are awarded each year. From businesses to county governments, civic organizations, and individuals that have previously received scholarships in their family and simply want to give back. Our communities have again stepped up to show their priorities for giving back and to helping see that our youth get educated. As a result, this program has exceeded more than $100,000 in scholarships for the past 14 years. Not including the matching funds that will be given from colleges and universities. On behalf of our scholarship recipients and their families, we thank you for all that you have done and for again showing why we are all so proud to live in Eastern Kentucky. And finally, students, congratulations. Congratulations not only for receiving this scholarship, but from all that you have done to get to this point in your life. You have proven that you know the meaning of hard work and success, and from seeing all of your applications and therefore accomplishments, we're very confident in your ability for a bright future. So, students, if I could leave you with some advice. You see, after you've been here quite a while, we think we have earned the right to pass along some of what we've learned. So my suggestion to you is that ability is not enough. I've seen an awful lot of people that wasted their ability. In addition, I remember when I was your age, I can still remember back then and how we think as teenagers. And I can assure you, if you are blessed to live many years in your life, your thought process will change. It'll change as you go through the years as a result of maturing and learning through experiences. You will, without a doubt, experience a lot of peaks and valleys, or great times and very difficult times. Then this life here on earth will come to an end. All of these are just simple facts of life. Another suggestion to you is to always remember that you are one bad decision away from ruining or really messing up your life. You should always remember that in every decision you make in life. And ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? And how will this affect me or my family? You see, our decisions affect our family members also. Secondly, you are one very good decision away from making a huge impact on helping create a more successful life here on earth, while creating an eternal life as well. We're all created with a mind which you're obviously currently trying to develop, a body which we must all take care of to survive very long in this world, and a spirit which we must never forget in order for you to be and feel complete. And that spirit can only be developed through a personal relationship with our Heavenly Father. It takes some of us a little longer to learn this than others, but I assure you, if you ask anyone that has discovered it, they will tell you they wish they had discovered and made this decision much earlier. I'll leave you with Matthew 6:33, and it says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added to you." Students, I hope you seek and put God first in your life, so other things can be added to you. Then, and only then, can your ability reach its full potential. Again, students, congratulations. Thank you so much, and may God bless all of you.
Thank you, Archie, and thank you to all of our Classic Committee members. Thank you for your tireless efforts to help the young people of our region achieve their goals and their dreams. Coming up, our keynote speaker. Now, you don't want to miss his inspirational message.
Emergencies happen, whether or not we're in a pandemic. You need help, we're here.
So the ER has remained a very safe place for you to come to be evaluated. We continue to mask up. You still can have family with you.
ARH has 13 hospitals that are all staffed by well-trained medical professionals, ready and open 24 hours a day to help you and take care of you in sickness or injury.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
Do you ever hear voices in your head that tell you to do things?
Nope. Do you?
Oh, yeah.
You hear voices that tell you to do things. What kind of things?
Mostly insurance-related things.
Home and auto. They just go together. Save when you bundle your home and auto insurance.
There it is again.
That's just the announcer.
Oh, so you hear it too?
Yeah.
Show yourself.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher. Our butchers offer special orders, custom cuts, and even entire meal recommendations. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
Huh, I bet he'd be great at wrapping presents.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
Now it is my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker. This was recorded at our 2019 Scholarship Awards reception at the Mountain Arts Center. He is the winningest high school football coach in Kentucky with 457 wins. His Belfry Pirates have won 7 state football championships. He was also voted the USA Today National High School Coach of the Year back in 2013. He's also won numerous other state and regional awards. But what you may not know about Coach Philip Haywood is his love for our youth and his commitment to their success on and off the football field. He is a guidance counselor at Belfry High School and a youth group leader at his local church. He makes time to share his faith and wisdom at various clinics and churches throughout the region and state. Here's Belfry football coach Philip Haywood.
Thank you, Neil. I am very honored to be here, and I'm even more excited to be here. But I'm more excited for you students that are here today, because you are special. Now, I'm not taking anything away from our older students here today, too. But you're special because, number one, you've applied for this scholarship, and as a guidance counselor, I know a lot of students just don't apply for things. So that's a plus. You've worked hard to keep your grades up to be eligible for this. You've overcome obstacles and adversity, and then a committee from WYMT has chosen you, deemed you worthy of receiving this scholarship. So to me, that makes you very special. But along with that, I believe that you have the chance and the ability to do something special with your life. You know, I don't know each one of you personally, but I know you because I've dealt with students from eastern, southeastern Kentucky all my life. And because of that, I care about you. And so today I've prepared something on rather short notice. I've been busy here till the last couple of days, just for you. Because I do care about you, because you're special. From my heart to yours. Right now, what I'd like for you to do is turn to your friend and neighbor, that's adults as well, and just say to them, Philip really cares about you. Okay, we're loosening up a little bit. Now I want you to turn back to them and say, but he cares more about me than he does you. Okay, all right, now we'll get going a little bit. You know, a bar of iron is worth $5. You can take that same bar of iron, turn it into horseshoes, and it's worth $75. That same bar of iron can be changed into sewing needles, and it's worth $1,500. That bar of iron can be transformed into balance mechanisms for watches worth $250,000. You are that bar of iron. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with your life? There was a pastor who was going out on his morning bike ride, doing his rounds, and he's going through the neighborhood, and he sees a little boy about 10 years old. He's on the side of the sidewalk, and he's got a mower for sale. And the pastor pulls up and says, hey, youngster, what are you doing with your mower here today? He said, well, I'm trying to raise enough money to get me a bicycle. Well, the pastor thinks real quick and says, would you be interested in a trade? And the little boy says, well, maybe. Does your bike ride well? He said, you want to take it for a spin? So he takes the bicycle and goes around the block, and he comes back and said, mister, you got a deal. Well, the pastor says, well, what about this mower? Does it work? He said, well, sure it works. So the pastor takes the mower, and the little boy pedals happily around the block on the bicycle. So the pastor goes home and gets ready to cut the grass. He starts pulling on that rope, pulling on that rope. He can't get the mower to start. He goes back out and finds the little boy still right in the back. And he says, young fella, you told me this mower would start. He said, oh, it'll start. You just got to cuss at it a little bit. And the pastor said, well, I can't do that. I'm a pastor. I haven't said words like that for 40 years. And the little boy with a sly little grin on his face said, you just keep pulling that rope. It'll come back to you. You know, sometimes we've got to do that, don't we? We just got to keep pulling the rope. I believe there's two great challenges in life. And the first of these is to find your purpose, to find your why, to find yourself. Now, I was fortunate as a young person that I didn't really have to search very hard for my why. When I was 13 years old, I received a call from a guy, I don't remember his name, and he asked me if I would organize some boys in my neighborhood. We had a bunch of boys where I grew up, to start practicing for a little league baseball team for the next season. I was just 13. I'd played with them the year before. And I said, well, sure, it sounds like fun to me. The head coach was going to be out of town for a couple of weeks, and would I just get them started practicing? I did. We had a blast. For about 2 more weeks, it went on, and I get a call again. Head coach still isn't back from his job. Would you keep it up? I said, sure. A month goes by, the season's ready to start. To make a long story short, I became the head coach of a Little League baseball team at 13 years old. Now, you couldn't do that in our society today, but it was okay in those days. And I will say this, I was the only coach in the league whose mother drove not only the team, but the coach to practice. I did this for several years, but had no idea I wanted to go into coaching. But then I went to junior college, and because of my coaching experience, I was asked to coach a middle school football team. Oh, I did that for 1 year, and I said, I found my passion. And I went in and changed my major from engineering to education, and I've done it the rest of my life. Now, that's the short version of my story about purpose and passion and maximizing potential. If you'd like the long story, I wrote a book called Faith, Family, and Football. I brought some copies with me today, and I'm going to have those out front when we're finished. If you'd like to get one, or maybe you'd like to get one as a gift for someone, I'd be more than happy to sign it for you. Even take a picture with you. How do you find your purpose? See, purpose is different than just a career. Some of you may know exactly what you want to do, but is that your purpose in life? Well, I've got 3 questions that I want to ask you today to help you find your purpose. And the first is, what makes you cry? What breaks your heart? What causes so much pain, so much emotional distress that it will cause you to act, to cause you to do something about it? For me, I know the answer. When I see unfulfilled potential, whether it be in young people, such as many of you, whether it be older people, such as you, that breaks my heart. And I will do something to rectify that if at all possible. Miles Monroe once said, the greatest tragedy in life is unfulfilled potential. Now, I'm an emotional kind of guy. And my team knows this. My family people know this, the people that are close to me. How many of you watch Hallmark movies? Anybody? Let me see some hands. Yeah, okay. My wife loves these. So I'll sit around and watch those with her, especially at this time of year now that the season's over. But you know that sentimental part at the end? Well, I'm the one that's got tears coming down my cheeks. It won't be Linda. It's just me. But I'm that kind of guy. But I'm not talking about those kind of tears. I'm talking about heartbreak. I'm talking about pain. Something that's going to cause you to act. You know, the Apostle James says, be ye doers of the word. That means act. So again, I ask you, what is it that makes you cry? What breaks your heart? Do you already know the answer to that? Or is that something that you need to explore? Second question, what makes you sing? What puts a bounce in your step? What makes you happy? What makes you jump for joy? What makes you break into spontaneous song? Now, I know for some of you young people, you're thinking, when I get my cell phone service back, when my boyfriend or girlfriend says something really nice to me, Maybe I get a new car. Well, all those things are nice, but they're temporary. I'm talking about what is it that gives you joy from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, all the way to the bottom of your soul. And it does it every day, and you want to tell people about it. Now, when you find what that does, then you found out what makes you sing. And I know what makes me sing is when I see potential being fulfilled. And when I find that out, I can't wait to tell people about it. I tell my coaches, I tell my family, I'll tell you if you're the only one standing there of what someone is doing with their life. I had lunch with a former player about 3 or 4 years ago. And I do this frequently. It may be guys, it may be girls, but I'll run into them, find out where they are, say, I'm in town, let's have lunch. It could be a local person, they could be overseas. I got a text from a girl in Germany over the weekend about the game. So I sat down with him and listened to how he was doing. And he said that, well, let me back up. He was a little bit of a character in high school, some of us have been, and some of his antics carried over into his early adult life, so he had a few issues, but he found that perfect young lady for him, got married, got involved in the church, and things started going pretty good for him. Listen to what he said. He said, Coach, my life is great. He said, I'm married, I have a wonderful family, we're involved in the church, my business is great. Listen to this. He said, if I had known that following Jesus was going to be like this, I'd have done it a long time ago. Now that makes my heart sing. What about you? I can tell you this, that when you find out what it is that will make a difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of others, not only will your heart sing, but you'll do a little dance as well. And if you know me, I like to dance, especially under red lights. Third question, my favorite one. What do you dream about? What do you dream about? When Dolly Parton first started out in her career, one of the Porter Wagner Band musicians gave her a book. It was entitled The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. She said, oh Lord, this book, this guy, he knows how to talk to a country girl like me. Think big, pray big, dream big. I want to spend the rest of my life doing that. And she pretty well has, hasn't she? In a recent survey, people of retirement age were asked, what's the number one regret in your life? Get this. The overwhelming number one answer was, I wish I'd taken more chances. I wish I'd taken more risks. I wish I'd jumped when I kept my feet on the ground and played it safe. I wish I'd followed my dream. Let me ask you this question. If you could accomplish anything in the world to make a difference in the lives of others, what would it be? If you could do anything and you knew you wouldn't fail, what would you do? If you could live out your wildest dream, what would it look like? Now, some of you may be thinking, Coach, that's a little unrealistic. I beg to differ. Dreams are supposed to be unrealistic. They're supposed to be bigger than we are, something that we can grow into. Think big, pray big, dream big. Now, I did say that there were two key challenges in life. The first, find your purpose, find your why, and you got to do that first. And the second, I really love this, is to get lost in your purpose. And you do this by giving of yourself to something that is bigger or greater than you are. I heard a story from a young girl 2 or 3 years ago, and it really touched my heart. And I'd like to share it with you. I don't want to take up too much time. Would that be okay? Say yes. Thank you. Her name was Maria, and her story starts when she was 6 years old, living in Portugal. And her mother needed to move to the city. They lived in the rural part of the country to make more money, and she had some health issues as well. But she needed somebody to keep Maria, so she found a lady by the name of Christina who said, yes, I can feed 7 as well as I can 6. She had 6 kids, and she took Maria in. Her mother left to go to the city and never returned. Everything was going well for Maria until Christina died at the age of 12. Basically, she was put on the streets. She had to fend for herself. She had to drop out of school. By the time she was 18, she realized if she was going to have a better life, she was going to have to move to a different country. Somehow she got the paperwork together and the funds together. She moved to Switzerland first and then to England. While in England, in her own words, she said, I was a cleaner and waiter of tables. Not just any cleaner and waiter, I was numero uno. I was the best. She did this for several years until one night a regular customer, an airline executive, came in and said, Maria, why don't you come and work for us? She said, before long, I was flying all over the world, serving filet mignon and getting paid for it. On one of her overnights in Bangladesh, India, she went into the community and saw orphans roaming all over the street. Her heart broke. She had pain. It reminded her of her youth. And she said, what can I do about this? Over her next few flights, she came up with a plan. She said, I want to start a school. And she got together sponsors, teachers, cafeteria workers, and financed a school for these orphans. It started with 39 kids. It grew to 80, to 120, to 200, and finally to 600 students. Amazing. But then in 2008, the recession hit, and she started losing her sponsors. She said, how in the world am I going to keep my school open? She did what most of us do when we have a question. She went to Google and said, how can I raise $1 million? The answer came back, go to the North Pole. There was an expedition going to the North Pole. They would pay you to go. She went to the North Pole to raise money for these kids. Well, she kept going back to Google and found out she could climb Mount Everest. She had to have a trainer. She found the trainer. He said, it'll take 2 years. She said, I only have 1. She climbed Mount Everest in 1 year. She ran a marathon in 7 continents. And in those 7 continents, in that length of time, she said, I'd never jogged a day in my life until then. She heard about swimming the English Channel. Again, she needed a trainer. No one would take her on. Finally, one person came back with her advertisement and said, I'll do it, but you got to understand, I'm just a swimming pool instructor. She said, that's fine. I don't know how to swim. She swam the English Channel. She holds like 8 Guinness Book of World Records, not for fame, not for glory, but to raise money to keep this school open, to give these kids a chance in life. Is that not an amazing story? Was she not passionate about those kids? You see, passion fuels purpose. Passion sets you apart. Passion brings energy. Passion allows you to do the impossible. She found her purpose when she found those kids. But at some point, she got lost in that purpose of something that was bigger than she was. And in the process, she became the very best version of herself. So today, it's my hope and my challenge, especially for you young people and for adults as well, to take some chances, take a few risks. Let failure be your friend. Get out there, do things, and find your purpose. Not just a job, but your purpose that fills your soul. And as you go on through life, to let passion take you to that great second challenge, to becoming lost in that purpose, to where you can become that very best version of yourself, that person that your Creator designed you to be. From my heart to yours, think big, pray big, dream big. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Always an inspirational message. We will introduce you to the 2020 WYMT Food City Mountain Classic Scholarship recipients next.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher. Our butchers offer special orders, custom cuts, and even entire meal recommendations. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
Huh. I bet he'd be great at wrapping presents.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
ARH announces new increased pay rates system-wide. Appalachian Regional Healthcare has raised pay rates for frontline healthcare workers, RN rates ranging from $25 to $55 per hour. Nurse aides from $12 to $15.60 per hour. Housekeeping, kitchen, and cafeteria at $11.25 per hour and more. Visit us at arhcareers.org or call us at 606-438-2746 to further your career in healthcare today.
Is this your card?
Nope.
Is this your card? Is this your card?
Sorry.
Home and auto, they just go together. Save when you bundle your home and auto insurance.
This your card?
Congratulations. And it only took 27 tries.
That trick is just like us.
It's complicated.
It's magic. Oh! He's good.
ARH announces new increased pay rates system-wide. Appalachian Regional Healthcare has raised pay rates for frontline healthcare workers, RN rates ranging from $25 to $55 per hour. Nurse aides from $12 to $15.60 per hour. Housekeeping, kitchen, and cafeteria at $11.25 per hour and more. Visit us at arhcareers.org or call us at 606-438-2746 to further your career in healthcare today.
Watch the Appalachian Wireless Game of the Week as the Somerset Briar Jumpers battle the Hazard Bulldogs this Friday night on HNI and WYMT.com.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher. Our butchers offer special orders, custom cuts, and even entire meal recommendations. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
Huh. I bet he'd be great at wrapping presents.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
And it's time now for the moment that we have all been waiting for. It's time to announce the 2020 Mountain Classic Scholarship winners. Janice Smith from Barberville High School, presented by the Thacker Family Foundation. Mackenzie Boatwright from Bell County High School, presented by Chris Heron Family Dentistry. Noah Stewart from Bell County High School, presented by ARH. Chloe Asher from Clay County High School, presented by Kemper Home Furnishings. Taylor Asher from Clay County High School, presented by Community Trust Bank. James Combs from Clay County High School, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan. John Combs from Clay County High School, presented by Food City. Ellie Finley from Clay County High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Ricelle Gibson from Clay County High School, presented by the Hazard Perry County Tourism. Camilla Gregory from Clay County High School, presented by Tim Short Chrysler. Hannah Stevens from Clay County High School, presented by the Bank of Hindman. Emily Wren from Corbin High School, presented by Randy Campbell Law Firm. Austin Kissinger from Corbin High School, presented by the University of the Cumberlands. Jacob Brown from Harlan County High School, presented by TVS Cable. Kiki Dean from Harlan County High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Jacob Owens from Harlan County High School, presented by Alice Lloyd College. Connor Dixon from Harlan High School, presented by Kentucky River Community Care. Clay Aikman from Jackson County High School, presented by the Bank of Hindman. Lucas Strong from Jackson County High School, presented by Elkhorn Drug Kemper Pharmacy. Hannah Noble from Jackson Independent High School, presented by Pikeville Medical Center. Alexis Patrick from Jackson Independent High School, presented by Knott County Chamber of Commerce. Jacob Barnard from Knox Central High School, presented by the Thacker Family Foundation. Amara Lewis from Lynn Camp High School, presented by Foothills Communications. Madison McClelland from Middlesboro High School, presented by Appalachian Wireless. Morgan Hoskins from North Laurel High School, presented by Fred and Ruth Skaggs Scholarship in memory of Minta L. Grigsby Skaggs. Ty Jones from North Laurel High School, presented by Duff Family Coal. Allison Pham from North Laurel High School, presented by Martin Peterbilt. Jamison Grant from Oneida Baptist Institute, presented by J.W. Kinzer Foundation. Brayden Thomas from Oneida Baptist Institute, presented by the Thacker Family Foundation. John Smith from Redbird Mission, presented by Pikeville Medical Center. Emily Bryant from South Laurel High School, presented by Hall & Jones Funeral Home. Abby Wetherill from Whitley County High School, presented by Community Trust Bank. Mackenzie Walters from Whitley County High School, presented by the City of Hazard. Katie Beth Kelly from Whitley County High School, presented by Double Quick. Wallace Bates from Breathitt County High School, presented by Hurley Electric. Rodney Haddix from Breathitt County High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Keilah Adams from Buckhorn High School, presented by TVS Cable. Kelsey Daniel from Buckhorn High School, presented by Hazard Health and Rehabilitation. Haley Turner from Buckhorn High School, presented by Community Trust Bank. Benjamin Carter from Cordia High School, presented by ARH. David Couch from Cordia High School, presented by People's Bank and Trust Company. Isabella Cobb from Hazard High School, presented by Minta Grigsby Skaggs Scholarship. Jarrett Napier from Hazard High School, presented by the Thacker Family Foundation. Alexia Williams from Hazard High School, presented by Hazard Perry County Tourism. Justin Witt from Hazard High School, presented by Kentucky River Community Care. Michaela Stambo from Jenkins High School, presented by the University of the Cumberlands. Kristen Thacker from Jenkins High School, presented by Subway. Robert Ward from Jenkins High School, presented by your Eastern Kentucky Mountain Toyota dealers. Peyton Varney from June Buchanan, presented by Pikeville Medical Center. Emily Kahn from Knott County Central High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Sammi Conley from Knott County Central High School, presented by Addiction Recovery Care Center. Casey McCown from Knott County Central High School, presented by Appalachian Wireless. Aaron McIntosh from Knott County Central High School, presented by the Bank of Hindman. Dylan Williams from Lee County High School, presented by Thacker and Grigsby Communications. Joshlyn Gay from Leslie County High School, presented by Martin Peterbilt. Jesalyn Maggard from Leslie County High School, presented by Alice Lloyd College. Brooklyn Phipps from Leslie County High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Reagan Anderson from Letcher County High School, presented by Kentucky River Properties. Lindsay Baker from Letcher County High School, presented by Kentucky Farm Bureau. Emma Bates from Letcher County High School, presented by the Hindman Lions Club. Luke Holcomb from Letcher County High School, presented by the University of the Cumberlands. Amelia Murray from Owsley County High School, presented by the Hazard Kiwanis Club. Samantha Turner from Perry County Central High School, presented by Duff Family Coal. Kaylee Ansell from Powell County High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Zachary Beecraft from Powell County High School, presented by the Hazard Perry County Chamber of Commerce. Allison Bailey from Wolfe County High School, presented by Hayden Citizens Bank. Michaela Jones from Wolfe County High School, presented by Community Trust Bank. Elizabeth Stokes from Wolfe County High School, presented by Knott County Family Health Care. Kiersten Dotson from Belfry High School, presented by Community Trust Bank. Elissa Stanley from Belfry High School, presented by Pillersdorf Law Office. Caleb Spears from Belfry High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Bretton Jervis from Betsy Lane High School, presented by Rick Fox. Katie Kidd from Betsy Lane High School, presented by K-Spoke Broadcasting and Marketing. Karanda Newsom from Betsy Lane High School, presented by Pikeville Medical Center. Bailey Good from East Ridge High School, presented by Mark. Jeanna C. Morris from Floyd County Central, presented by Duff Family Coal. Guthrie Preston from Johnson County Central High School, presented by the Knott County Health and Rehabilitation Center. Austin Howard from Magoffin High School, presented by Huddle House. Laurel Pelfrey from Magoffin County High School, presented by Kentucky River Community Care. Giroux Castle from Paintsville High School, presented by Foothills Communication. Karsten Pohl from Paintsville High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Lauren Pohl from Paintsville High School, presented by Food City. Bryce Adkins from Pike County Central, presented by Appalachian Wireless. Carter Lockhart from Pike County Central High School, presented by Pikeville Medical Center. Sidney Lowe from Pike County Central High School, presented by Addiction Recovery Care Center. Evan Kelly from Pikeville High School, presented by the Bank of Hindman. Madison Stewart from Pikeville High School, presented by Kentucky Farm Bureau. Caleb Dotson from Phelps High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Casey Dotson from Phelps High School, presented by Mann Toyota Prestonsburg. Jeanna Fletcher from Phelps High School, presented by the University of the Cumberlands. Hannah Ratliff from Prestonsburg High School, presented by Martin's Peterbilt. Aaron West from Prestonsburg High School, presented by the Hazard Health and Rehabilitation Center. Noah Collins from Shelby Valley High School, presented by Community Trust Bank. Lacey Johnson from Shelby Valley High School, presented by Holly Hills Shopping Center. Kaylee Mars from Shelby Valley High School, presented by Thacker Family Foundation. Abigail Clark from Martin County High School, presented by an anonymous donor. I know this is virtual, but I hope wherever you are watching, I hope you will give a big round of applause for all of our scholarship winners today. They certainly deserve it. And as I mentioned earlier, we are now preparing for a 2021 Mountain Basketball Classic, December 6th through the 11th. Save that date. It's going to be at the Knott County High School in Hindman. Now, the scholarship applications have been sent to each school's guidance counselor. If you are a senior and you're interested in applying for the Mountain Classic Scholarship, please contact your school's guidance counselor today. Applications are due by October 1st. The Classic Committee will begin selecting this year's scholarship recipients in the next few weeks, and we hope to have the scholarship presentation on December 6th at the Mountain Arts Center. Again, we want to thank our corporate sponsors, Food City, Kentucky Farm Bureau, Appalachian Regional Healthcare, and Appalachian Wireless. We also want to thank the Classic Committee and thank you to our scholarship donors. You are making an investment in the future of these young people and the future of our region. So again, thank you. And last but certainly not least, thank you and congratulations to all of our scholarship recipients. As C.S. Lewis once said, you are never too old, and I like to add never too young, to set another goal or to dream a new dream. We want to leave you now with two performances from the Mountain Arts Center recording studio. The Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg has partnered with the Mountain Classic the last several years, and we hope to be back there in December. I encourage you to check out the great shows at the MAC. Their Christmas show is spectacular, so make plans to attend in December. We'll see you then. Good luck and God bless.
Somebody said, you were seeing someone new. Said they saw you holding hands with a brand new man, but it's hard to believe it's true. But if it is, and if you did, I don't know what I'll do. Somebody said that you were seeing someone new. Don't lie to me. Give it to me straight. Was that just a creepy cousin? Or were you on a date? 'Cause I think I know. I don't want to admit Let's lay it all on the table. Tell me what has changed. How'd we go from going to second base to going our separate ways? You seeing someone new. Said they saw you holding hands with a brand new man, but it's hard to believe it's true. But if it is, and if you did, don't know what I'll do. Somebody said you were seeing someone new.
All right. We can always sing it. The winter is coming on, darling. I don't think I'll be seeing you again. Don't ask me where I'm going. No matter where I say it is, it won't be the same, my friend. But I'll be home again, wherever home happens to be. Whether it's in the arms of a stranger or an old friend hanging from a tree. Stronger than the arms of a stranger, or carrying a casket as it creaks against the leather. But I'll be home again, wherever home happens to be. Whether it's in the arms of a stranger or me. stronger than the arms of a stranger, or carry